Hello everybody, Sunday Adelaja here. Today I'm going to be talking on the sewage and borehole crisis in Nigeria. There's a catastrophe that is waiting to happen, my dear, in our dear country. The problem is going to be global. And I think that this is not just a problem of Nigeria, this is going to be a global catastrophe if nothing is done as soon as possible. This could be compared to the Black Death of, the centuries back that happened and took place in Europe, where almost 20% of the whole population died. This could lead to half of all of Nigeria and Africans dying if we don't do something very urgently. The problem is, Nigeria, there is a breakdown, total breakdown in many areas of life, but the breakdown in water supply system, waterworks, through waterworks, and the water supply system into the homes is the most catastrophic thing that could happen to a nation. Right now, every family in Nigeria tries to resolve that problem of water supply by digging their own boreholes. And the problem is also that because there is no centralized water system, there is also no centralized sewage system. So on one hand, most Nigerians are building their houses, digging their sewage or sockaway just by the house, near the house there. And also just around the corner, near the house too, in their own compound, they are digging, my God, boreholes. What my people don't understand is that sooner or later, there is a crisscross of the two. So what is happening is that the water that is being used in the toilet, in the bathroom, and all that is going down to the sewage, and the waters are crossing and mixing under the ground. And almost every house is doing the same thing. So let's say we have 1,000 houses in this street or in a region. One is digging borehole, one is digging sewage, and one is carrying sewage there. And this very same place, somebody is digging borehole. By the time you realize it, the sewage of the neighbor is what other neighbor is calling borehole and water. So now we are already having the crisis, but it's going to become endemic. It's going to become catastrophic if nothing is done quite fast and quick. And I want to call upon the government of Nigeria to investigate what I'm saying now, to research it. Something must be done urgently. We might have a catastrophe about to happen in our hands on the world level. And you see, this thing is becoming even much more urgent and much more serious because 50% of Nigerians today are relying on boreholes. And what is going to be coming from their boreholes is going to be the sewage and the sockaway of their neighbors. That will be the only clean or drinking water option that most Nigerians will be exposed to very soon. Because in the rivers, it's even worse. Oh, the rivers and the gutters, the rivers are being filled by the gutters. And the gutters are the same sewage and the sockaway that is going to the waters. And some people are even drinking that. Only 34% of Nigerians treat their water before drinking it, especially if they are coming from boreholes. Nigerians are the sole providers of their water by themselves. They try to do it by themselves because the government has failed them. Because of the failure of the government, the individual houses and individual families are trying to provide the water for themselves as much as they could, which is against the international standard, because what the international standard says is that the government must be responsible to provide water for all the populace. As a result of this thing that people don't really know, that is the reason that this water that is causing problem, they don't know it's because of the borehole and the sockaway problem. Right now in Nigeria, every year, every day, there are 600,000 children that are dying every year from diseases related to clean water. The water that they are giving to their children at home, they are not relating it to the sockaway of their neighbor, but it is actually the sockaway of their neighbor that is causing the child mortality and the rate of children dying in Nigeria. And people don't even suspect that it's because of the problem of water. Out of the 66% of Nigerians that do not treat their water, the north is catastrophic, especially the northeast region has the highest number. 73% of them, of people living in the north, don't even treat their water. They don't even cook it. They don't even boil it. Their water is untreated before drinking, and so we have a lot of casualties going on in the north, and the children dying, and that's why they keep on giving birth to more children and keep on marrying more wives. The biggest problem facing Nigeria is going to be monumental and catastrophic. And it is now the problem of wastewater. What is wastewater? Wastewater is when the water is not crystal clear, it's not glaringly clear. It's like, it's a big brownish water. And that's what we see everywhere. It's called wastewater or black water. Why is it that that water is not crystal clear? It's always a little bit brownish. The reason is because the feces from the sockaways, the urine from the sockaways, and the human fluids have mixed together with what's supposed to be clean water from the wells. Sometimes they are called black water because sometimes they go from being brown to becoming black. So when they become black, they include the waters coming from the laboratories, septic tanks, and sockaway, and then the washing water, all of them mixed together. And that's what people are drinking. While gray water is wastewater that comes from urban rainfall, runoffs from roads, roofs, and sidewalks. When I was growing up in Nigeria, that's the water we were drinking. The gray water or the wastewater is the one that we collect from the roof. And that is not for drinking. It should be processed and treated before drinking. Some people even drink the water from the runoff from roads and sidewalks. So these are all wastewater or gray water. Wastewater can be contaminated. They are contaminated normally with components which mostly include pathogens, synthetic chemicals, organic matter, nutrients, organic compounds, and heavy metals. Many microbial pathogens in wastewater can cause chronic diseases with long-term effects such as degenerative heart disease and stomach ulcer. A lot of people suffer from stomach ulcer in Nigeria. They don't even know it's because of the water they are drinking. Wastewater also consists of vast quantities of bacteria, causes diseases such as typhoid, dysentery, and typhoid and dysentery is what they have in Nigeria all the time, and other intestinal disorder may be present because of wastewater. The wastewater are the brownish one, the ones that change color from crystal clear water to a bit brownish. From the roof, from the road, from the borehole. The public are exposed to these pathogens via contaminated drinking water, water bodies, or eating contaminated food or food that is prepared from this water. And most of Nigerians eat from the roadside food or roadside women that are cooking food. And we don't know the water they are using in their homes because some of them don't even have boreholes. Only wastewater they use to cook those food. And most of them don't even know how to treat the water. So common ailments that afflict the inhabitants or people who drink this water include malaria, typhoid, cholera. It is a catastrophe waiting to happen if the government and the general population and the civil societies don't urgently listen to my cry and to my call. And we should beg and put pressure on the government to restore the universal system of water supply through waterworks. We need to beg our government, we need to do protests, we need to do everything possible. The government of this Buhari or any other government coming, we must make it a priority to restore universal system of water supply that will stop the digging of sewage alongside the digging of well beside one another, bowl and soak away, drinking, mixing them together before it reaches catastrophic and epidemic level. Let the government, civil society, citizens do something. That the government should stop all these bowls, all these soakaways, and introduce universal system of sewage and universal system of water supply through waterworks. For the love of God, church and nation. Peace. Sunday Adelaja here. If you believe in nation building principles, please like this video, share it with your friends, and let's change our nations together.